Dave Daly right here on the Muskegon channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. There's Dave Cackley. We both called in advance and got ourselves dressed in blue today,
Yes.
which was important. I don't know why, but color coordination has been spoken to us by our consultants and those who advise us on
Yes.
things like doing what we already do. And
hmm
yeah, not really.
I miss the days of listening to consultants that we would ultimately ignore.
We had one that came into KLQ way back when. I don't remember what his name was, but they came in to pitch this idea called the BHAG. The BHAG.
The BHAG?
The
The hell is
BHAG.
that?
Big hairy ass goal. Right?
God,
That's
dumbass
exactly it.
acronyms.
And here's what the BHAG entailed. Everybody got a brand new silver dollar in a carrying case, right? It was real silver, so that was kind of cool. And everybody got a framed check with their name on it, made out for $1,000. And if we hit the BHAG, everybody got their check signed. And I don't know what they paid this jackass to come in and get us all fired up over all this kind of stuff, but we never hit the BHAG.
Of course, you were never going to.
Never.
Okay, because the key is to make the big hairy ass goal big enough to where you can't hit it, but you're able to do more. So nobody's gonna be able to cash these checks, but we're gonna do better as a company. So there you go.
Exactly.
It's a bullshit. There's no more bullshit job than a consultant, a media consultant.
Well,
so full of shit.
I tend to disagree. If I went in to be a media consultant somewhere,
sell me on it.
They would get the real story. They would hear exactly how I do what I do and be offered a chance to model it. Right? I wouldn't go in there with a plan that I think might work, that I sold some sucker on. And
oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey, we're going to come in and pump your people all up. We're going to get them all. Oh, good. I can't do it. Let me get somebody else in here to do it. I would walk in as a media consultant with a strong dose of reality. And I would say to the people in the market, I would go, look, you got nothing coming in here from anywhere else other than out of your market. There are people in here who want to know what their friends and neighbors are doing, and you need to sit down and talk to them. You don't need to do 30-second clips. You don't need to do sound bites. You don't need to do anything more than have neighbor conversations with neighbors. And when you put those out and you get things rolling, it's going to take off. You need time, you need patience, and you need perseverance. And when you do that, you're going to see things start to change. And it's going to take some, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to take some grind it out. But this is where it's going. And if
nobody wants to hear grind it out, though.
I know they don't.
That's the problem. Nobody wants to hear time. No one wants to hear grind it out. Nobody wants to hear patience.
I know.
Nobody does.
I know.
Unfortunately.
But they wouldn't get a bunch of sunshine blown up their ass if I came in as a media consultant. I promise you that. I would be like the Morgan Freeman of media consultants. I would walk in and go, I'd lock the doors.
Yeah.
That's what I'd do.
If you have to bring in a consultant and you're a general manager or program director, why do you even have your job?
That's a good question.
If I were the owner, if I was, okay, why do we have to, isn't that what I'm paying you guys to do? Why do we have to bring in this outside dude? Because you don't know what the hell you're doing. So why am I paying you?
I would only ask one thing in retort.
If I had to bring in a consultant, the first two people I would fire would be the GM and the program director.
The first thing I could say to that in defense is that sometimes you need an outside eyeball on the situation. But I don't think you need to bring the consultant in to fire up the
troops.
Right.
Because this is war.
Yeah.
God. Jesus.
I know. So
I had a GM once tried to fire me up. He was like, "Oh, like, yeah, dude, I like your pipes like this. Sometimes you're just a little bit too negative on the air. You're funny, but you're kind of too negative." It's like, okay. And it was one of those just nod.
Well, I tell you that right here. You don't need a consultant. You just need somebody to point it out once in a while.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think it's that you're negative. I think it's that your message comes across the wrong way.
Yeah. I'm losing what's the term and this happens I think to all of us
You're losing your hair, you're
as
losing
we
your
get older.
patience, you're losing your physical features, you're losing your
No, no,
mind,
well,
you're
no,
losing.
I've improved in some areas and I've gone down in others, and I again I think this is a factor of getting older. My give a shits are at a bare minimum at this
Yep,
point.
I get
I
that.
don't so much, and which is good in some areas and not so good in others. Like I understand the things that are really really important
Yep,
and the things that don't really matter. It's like
yep,
the things that everybody is outraged about. I don't care.
right.
I don't care. That's how it is.
I care when I see people's religion get manipulated. I care when I see people's beliefs targeted in ways that they don't understand. And I know there's not a lot I can do about it, but it really
Hmm.
bothers me because certain things just shouldn't be uh, tinkered with. So I do care. Um,
Well, any religion is ripe for any
yeah,
belief system is ripe for that. I think the biggest issue, I'd say a bigger issue that we have is religion being replaced by other things.
oh yeah,
That's a bigger issue where
and,
I am no longer, I have lost my faith in this. So I'm looking towards other people
yep,
to get my
that's
to
it.
get my fix, to
And
get my yeah.
here's the thing to remember. And I don't say this lightly, and I don't say this insultingly. All religion was created by man, all of it, every
I'm not
denomination. Really
I'm
was
I'm
religion.
not going to follow religion. Okay,
Spirituality, on the other side of the coin, is the thing that you're shooting for, and faith is the way that you attain that, and that is where the intersection lies.
yeah.
So, it, and the problem is, and it's gone through just about every world religion. There comes a time when there are people in there who are willing to manipulate it and turn it toward violence and extremism.
Well,
You can
and
go
you
back
you
to the
see this, yeah.
Crusades. You can go
Hmm.
back to
Well,
what we're seeing now with some parts of Islam. You can.
it's
It's
the
dude.
beginnings of it, the beginnings of any religion, and people forget this, and this is why I've pointed this out about Islam, and I've got family
Sure.
niece who converted.
Yeah.
Um, there is a sect of it that's still in its infancy, like it's 700 years younger than
I know.
Christianity. Christianity had its thing with the Crusades, and now that some people have replaced their religion with again other men, mostly in the world of politics, or other uh, just viewpoints.
Right.
They've decided this is my religion, whether it's humanism or it's you can any ism you want to throw out there. Uh, it has its violent streak. You have your anti-fascists who are clubbing people over the head in the name of being against fascism, or anti-racism, which in its heart is good, but it's actually racism in the reverse a lot of times. So it's just how it you know any any beliefs, even if again if it starts as a good idea, especially in its early stages, people don't really know how to use it in a practical way to kind of improve their life and improve the situation of people
Man
around them.
manipulates it.
Yes.
That's the
Yeah, that's
problem.
why I don't think it's not real. I think it's the spirit is there, but the execution, once we get our fingers in, and once powerful people get their hands in it, and you don't know which way the wind's blowing, and then you're just kind of following without thinking, you get in trouble.
Scary
Anyway,
stuff.
that's a kid. This is way too. We're digging in too deep too early
Yeah, I know.
on
We're
this
just
stuff.
trying to
But
get going
yeah,
here. All right.
yeah.
So
Let's get into it.
amuse me.
All right, inflation hitting the chocolate industry. Executives from Hershey and Cadbury have indicated a price increase. The cost of cocoa has gone up following torrential rain in major cocoa growing regions.
Mm,
That has evidently impacted production. So
well,
there you go. Your chocolate bunny this Easter to celebrate the resurrection of Christ is going to cost a little bit more.
I
So
think after your
there you go.
your wonderful give of no sugar, This time, you're
Yeah.
you're entitled to
I
a more
gotta,
expensive
I gotta
one.
cop to something.
Uh-oh.
I totally
Uh-oh.
backtracked. I
Speaking of
screwed.
religion.
I've just started hammering cookies.
Oh,
For this has been my first Lenten failure in years,
fail.
and I just yeah, epic fail. It's
Fail.
been not just a fail, an epic fail. There you go.
Hang on.
There you go.
You're getting the discipline pickle.
Uh,
Take your lumps.
all right.
Sorry.
Moving on.
You brought it on yourself.
According to a top U.S. economist, artificial intelligence will destroy employment in some areas. Jan Hatzus says while AI is a productivity enhancer, certain areas of the labor market will be replaced by the technology. However, the innovations of AI could lead to job creation in other areas, but those are never specified. It's amazing to me how unbelievably vague all these so-called experts are
I was
on all
just going to
this
say,
stuff.
what a great
It's
expert
so
that just
vague.
talked in a
And
circle and
yeah, exactly.
got his name out there.
No, and you can't, and it's moving so fast. Like you guys have no idea, and you're the experts, and you
Right.
have no idea.
You know what I thought?
I mean,
I thought first, hey, Jan Hammer's got a brother when you
yeah.
said the guy's name. And I was like, wow, cool. I wonder if he does good music too. And then second of all, I thought of what I read earlier today, I think YouTube is now going to start labeling AI created content. And I'm all for that.
That's fine.
I really think it needs to come with a label that says this was created by AI.
Which is fine. I just don't think anybody's really going to care too much. It's AI. If it sounds good, if you like what you hear, if it doesn't say, the problem with AI, especially when it comes to narration, and you and I are big on this, it can just ruin. It ruins and absolutely ruins any documentary on anybody. It was totally. It was the Tom Hanks one was the worst.
And I'll tell you what.
I can't remember if it was so terrible. It's like you got it.
If AI can create the next BTS record, like Butter or what's the other one? Dynamite, BTS, that young kids group.
Yeah.
If AI can create the next song that's going to be their biggest hit, great. I could care less. But if AI creates something that could start World War III, let's take a label on that.
Man, we're playing around with that a little too much now ourselves without AI.
Right. I get it.
We're already, we're fighting a proxy war with Russia, which may be a good thing. I don't know. You can listen to really, really smart people who have completely divergent opinions on this.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what the answer is. Finally, the state of Michigan is still a hot spot for the flu. Cases up another 5% last week. Over-the-counter medications like Tylenol. Again, NyQuil, Dayquil, OJ, you're fine. Max, I think, had a little bit of it over the weekend. And then we did this thing. He had I had to take him in for his last 3 fillings yesterday. And Alexa let him sleep in, and I gave him shit. I was like, dude, I would have sent your ass to school this morning, but you're lucky your mom's much nicer than I am. So I take him in there, and he's kind of sniffling. He's like, and then the receptionist, so he doesn't have a cold or anything. Oh, no, he's fine. And I'm like getting him to stifle his cough in the waiting room because I'm like, we're not coming back here. This is the last 3. I am not coming back here again because I have to sit there and wait. Just in case something happens, I got to sit in the waiting room for 40 minutes while poor. It is
suffering. Oh,
it is
poor,
awful.
The suffering that you endure. Oh my God,
it is.
Dave.
Yes, this is time out of my day. Monday's supposed to be a light day for me, and
you are the first parent in the history of parenting that's had to sit in a waiting room and wait for their kid.
No, but okay,
it's
stupid.
God.
I can't do anything. My advice: just give them more nitrous. Just pump up the nitrous. That's the only advice I have for any dentist.
All right, let's just stop here for a second.
I have to stay there for a 14-year-old.
Okay, you are in a waiting room. What can you do in a waiting room? Pick up an effing magazine.
Why can't I just leave?
I should have
just left.
No.
Yeah, there's only so much scrolling you can do over 40 minutes on Facebook. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
stare at a wall.
Nobody is that interesting.
Meditate. Be zen.
No.
Call some friends.
No, not happening.
What a
Don't
pain
care.
in the ass,
No.
whiny,
It was a
suck
pain in
feet
the ass.
you.
I should have
Dude, you were
left. I
such
should
a-
have left and gotten a sausage egg McMuffin. That's what I should have done, and I didn't. So I'm pointing the finger at me. Who's to blame in this situation? I am, because I followed the stupid rule. It's a dumbass rule. Again, I am for not following dumbass rules. That's your lesson from Dave today. If you take nothing away from this podcast over the 17 to 20 minutes we do this, do not follow rules that are dumb. There you go.
Okay.
Sports. Pistons beat up. Actually, no, they lose. Why do I think the Pistons are beating up anybody? They fall to the Celtics 119 to 94. The Wings were off. That's sports.
All right, Jeopardy time, 600 today, and I promised you yesterday this one was going to be a. You just want to take 600.
Okay, you
in the
screwed
hole?
up yesterday's question.
Oh, bullshit.
Kenny
I didn't
Ritz-
screw up anything.
You screwed up the pronunciation of the friend of the mouse. Kenny
Margello.
Ritz informed me of that.
I did nothing of the sort.
It's you called it Margello. It's Margello. You
No,
said Margello.
It wouldn't have helped you.
According to Kenny, I don't know.
Okay.
Now, I still would have gotten the answer wrong.
Oh.
But
I want to ditch my kid at the dentist and go get breakfast, and you said my name
that's
wrong.
right. That's right.
I would have gotten everything right. The world's against me. I'm Dave.
I didn't say the world was against me.
I had to wait in the waiting room. Oh, it was terrible. Oh, Jesus.
Okay,
Oh.
you and the rest of the lemmings just follow the herd. You follow the herd right into the abyss. I will be taking the side streets.
You will.
I'm getting
Good
off.
for
I'm
you.
getting off this dumbass path.
Watch
You
out for the
guys can
pickpockets
take it.
and kidney thieves on the side streets, my
No,
friend.
they'll be fine.
Okay.
They'll be fine.
Good for
I
you.
got my
Have
wits
fun with
about
that.
me.
Books for kids.
Okay, go.
I don't like books for kids. They got them in a waiting room at the dentist office. That sucks. Books for kids are bullshit.
Go ahead.
Are you over it?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I've been fine.
Just making
Sometimes
sure.
you just gotta vent a little bit.
In a classic book by Crockett Johnson, this kid takes a walk and draws his own world with a purple crayon.
Okay, Crockett Johnson's a dumb name, and I would not purchase any book with the author named Crockett. I'm sorry.
Okay.
He makes his own world by drawing it. That's dumb, because you can't make your own world by drawing it. It's a terrible message to send
we
to
have
kids.
got a really
This is
salty.
awful.
We've got a
I am
really
salty,
salty
yes.
Dave here after having to sit in the
Yeah.
waiting room. Wow.
This
We've touched
is
the
what
nerve.
happens when you make me sit waiting 40 minutes for my son to get 3 more fillings.
40
in his
incredible
face.
minutes while a dentist
Awful.
saves your kid's mouth.
Oh, what? Yeah. Look, I'm not.
Look, dude,
I didn't have to be there. I could have dropped him off.
guess what?
And done other things.
Guess what? Without that dentist yesterday and the 40 minutes it took, is it a male dentist or a female dentist?
It's a lady.
It's a lady dentist. Oh, so this factors in.
No, it doesn't.
Sure it does.
I appreciate.
Hey. Grown-ups are talking. Grown-ups are talking.
Oh.
So without this lady dentist yesterday, your kid would grow up with summer teeth. Some are black, some are rotten, some are this, some are that. And she literally saved the day. And you're still pissed about sitting in the waiting room. Because a lady dentist told you needed to sit there. Oh.
No, the lady dentist didn't say that. It was the office policy. I don't know who created it, if it was the dentist.
Who enforces it?
Or,
one of the secretaries?
you know what? I should have just left and come back.
You should have.
I should have dropped him off. As soon as he went in, I should have taken off and come back. So that's on me for following the dumb rule. Okay. But back to the question about this horrible author who's teaching terrible lessons to children.
Yeah.
What is it now? What was the answer?
I can't really repeat the question, sir.
I don't need it.
Oh, you don't need to repeat it.
I'm a conscientious objector to the answer.
You know what you are? You're a crotchety curmudgeon is what you are.
Oh, jeez.
Harold.
Today,
Who is Harold?
What? Who is Harold? Another dumb name.
I know. All right. Well.
Worst character on the Cosby Kids. Weird Harold. Nobody cared. I preferred Mushmouth.
Okay. All right. Here's what I want you to do.
Mushmouth and Dumb Donald.
I would love for you to go home and take a moment of zen and try to recover something of this day. because it's clearly a flashback from yesterday, and we can't have that.
I'm fine. I just,
Oh yeah, I'm fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about me. I'm okay.
I
Yeah.
just needed to vent. That's all I needed.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm better. Thank you.
We'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
See ya.
Welcome back, Muskegon. While today may be the first day of spring, it definitely won't feel like it out there. So let's take a look at your forecast brought to you by Trinity Health. Your weather headlines show we will stay cooler than average for the first time in a long time for this week, with temperatures mostly staying in the 30s when we should be in the 40s this time of year. And then we will have more snow to contend with Thursday night going into Friday. And overall, due to the cold and just lake effect clouds, we won't see a whole lot of sunshine either. Today will be one of the warmer days this week, though, as temperatures will get into the lower 40s, but after that, we'll probably fall into the 30s and even low 30s later in the week, so enjoy the warmth while it lasts. So for your first day of spring, expect temperatures to be in the low 40s with mostly cloudy skies. Like I said, we're not going to see a whole lot of sunshine this week, and it will also be kind of breezy out of the west to southwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour, and then overnight will cool down well below freezing into the upper 20s with partly cloudy skies developing. But like I said, pretty much for the rest of the week, we'll be stuck in the 30s, so while it may be spring, it definitely won't feel like it out there for the rest of the week, and we'll even have some snow showers likely for Thursday night going into Friday, where a couple inches of snow is definitely possible with that. But then it looks to warm up early next week as we'll briefly get back into the 50s. And that's your Tuesday forecast brought to you by Trinity Health on the Muskegon channel. And I'm Cole Woods Weather, and have a great day today.